Hi, everyone. Here's what happened in Burlington real estate in November 2025. So, as we are coming to the end of the year, you can see that our average sale price in Burlington has remained relatively stable since 2021. There was the peak in 2022 and a correction, but Burlington has fared very, very well throughout all of this market uncertainty. Real estate across the GTA, I think Trebs had the worst number of transactions in 30 years, but not Burlington. Burlington's doing okay. Um, this chart here, you can see this is where everything went a little bit kooky at the end of 2021, the beginning of 2022, and then there was a correction. So if you take this part out, you can see that Burlington has just been chugging along quite nicely with the average and the median sale price. What is different in 2025 is buyer confidence. So there's a lot to choose from out there, and buyers are a little bit unsure about what's happening in the real estate market. But my prediction is that we are coming to the bottom of this correction and slow time in real estate, and things will start to pick up in 2026. Maybe not in the first quarter, but in the second half for sure of 2026. I think things are going to start to see some improvement. So you can see here, we did not have many sales in November. We only had 149 transactions, which kind of speaks to that market or buyer insecurity. We had fewer transactions than the previous month, or sorry, fewer products on the market to choose from. So 718 units were available for sale, which is the lowest we've had since March, so the beginning of the year. That corresponded to 4.8 months of inventory. And that's just a function of the number of sales that happened and the number of products, units for sale out there. And then the average sale price was actually up over October, down very slightly, $16,000 over September, and down about 26,000 over August. And then if you look at the median sale price is down to $903,000. So what that tells me is we did have some higher end sales happen, or more expensive properties sold in the market there. And it is taking longer to sell. So again, that's speaking to the buyer confidence, around 42 days on average to sell a house right now. If you're comparing this November to last November, you can see we had 22% fewer transactions. Again, buyer confidence. We had 8% more product to choose from. And our average sale price of a property, and remember, average is flawed, but our average sale price was down 7% year over year. And it is taking about 3 more days on average to sell a property. Here's the breakdown when we look at if it was detached homes that were selling, townhouses, or condos, and the average sale price of each. So let's look at the detached home here. While we had far fewer sales, this is where we had the lack of transactions, was really felt in this detached segment. However, the average sale price did increase in November. So it increased to 1.335 compared to the previous month of 1.141. So we saw a big jump there. Still slightly down over August, but again, there's so much, a couple of big sales will really impact that. Then if you look at the townhouse market in Burlington, it has been fairly stagnant. This month, average sale price, $801,000. And it's kind of been in that 800,000 range, 826 the month in October, 874 and 870. So down the average sale price for sure. Number of transactions down, and that's been reflected in the average sale price. Condos I find very interesting. So the average sale price of a condo this month was 787,000, which is a really big number for condos, because what we're seeing elsewhere in Oakville, the average sale price is below 500,000, or 500 and something thousand. I should know that. I just said it. And I think what this is accounting for is a lot of the higher end condos in Burlington are starting to transact. People are downsizing into condos in that market. And there's fewer of the new build investor driven condos that were sold 4 or 5 years ago and are just being registered now. And then investors are selling those because the circumstances have changed. So we're seeing more true resale units versus the new build or 1 year old 1 bedroom condos selling. So that is quite interesting to keep an eye on. Any specific questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I will check back in next month for a wrap up on how 2025 panned out. Talk to you soon.